Hi everyone, welcome to the final round from the 2013 Chester Congress, where I was hoping to win this game to get a chess check. This was my opponent, because basically you had to win to get either third or like a share of second, and of course a chess check. So can I get a chess check? Let's find out. Well, I got my 5th low rated of the tournament, so I was playing Di-Pak Shah with black. Here is a 144 ECF. And he swindled me at the same event in round 1 last year when I had white, when I was completely pasting him. And then somehow let his king escape and was just 3 pawns behind and lost. So I was hoping to eradicate that memory. But I had black, so it no easy job. And he played e4. I played the French defence, so I was very happy. And then he played knight f3, which usually makes my heart sink. So probably going to play the exchange if I dare play d5, which I did. But he pushed v5. And I was thinking, this is going to be win gambit for the first time ever over the board. I've had it a few times online, but I always decline it and usually beat it. 8-3, and there's 2 points to it. White gets compensation, good compensation, because one, you get like Benko style pressure down the green side. And another factor is that when you play d4, the point can't be attacked as easily because no pawns. His pawn's been deflected away. It would be pretty cool actually to have a weapon where you play wing gambit against the Sicilian and French, and then you play the Evans gambit, and then like that wing gambit against the Qa4 which you played at Leeds. For wing gambits. You play bishop b5 check. And now that is a very bad move because now after bishop d7, bishop takes d7, queen takes d7, I've just lost my bad bishop for his good bishop, so now I'm already structurally better with black pieces. I was very happy at this point. Castles, I c6, now he plays c3, so he obviously wants to play d4 and get a sort of bad French advanced position, but at least he's already castled. There's none of them king manoeuvres you have to do. And now I think I should have played d4 and shell attack, so I was already spending oceans of time again because I was out of book that early. I was just worried about that he might play knight a3 to c4, knight a3. And I can't stop both knight b5 and knight c4, but they're quite harmless anyway, because I've got bishops on d6 anyway. I play queen c7, which is a very interesting idea, where I promised to get to queen to b6. And around this point actually I went to the toilet, and the door got jammed. I was like locked in for 10 minutes, which didn't help for my clock cars, so my teammate rescued me. It's quite funny though. d4, queen b6. So I've tried to transpose it to French advance, but there's a few subtle differences. Of course, I'm trying to get my usual pressure on d6, d4 even. I would play queen a4, another move which we're not expecting the French advance. But he's actually trying to take advantage of the last square bishop screen off the board and using it to his advantage, because I can't go play bishop d7. And actually this move made me feel very uncomfortable, because the more I looked into it, the more I realised it's actually a very good move. It's just not a move you'd expect in the French advance. It's just completely unorthodox. But even so, I think I can get a good position by playing c takes d4, c takes d4 first, then, only then, knight h6. No, I think this is very good for black. I play knight h6 instantly. Now the point is, if bishop takes h6 is not a good move, like a knob one, I'm just going to play g6, bishop g7, f6, castles king h8, rook g8, and get a very good position with the double pawns out so weak and white's lost his good bishop, lost his dark square bishop, it's dsb. But now I'd actually seen this, but I don't think it was that good. All I'd calculated was that you can play d takes c5, queen takes c5, b4, queen b6, bishop b3. Now I started this move, queen a6. I calculated this. I would also calculate queen takes a6, b takes a6, and you can even I can even have both my queenside pawns that are completely fractured, but I thought the open files I get in return from my rooks would more than compensate for it, as well as the bishop pair if it takes an a6. And I think this is and even if he doesn't take an a6 and plays knight bd2 say, I think the c3 pawn weakness more than makes up for these double a pawns. I mean, I'm actually a bit wrong in my assessment because it's given us a bit better for white, but still. But I missed this move, queen b3, and it's very awkward. Because now there is a threat of b5 which keeps the initiative. And now I have to play, we said in post-mortem I have to play queen d3. I was literally trying to trap the queen with rook rook d1 with queen g6. He thought I could just something like knight h4, but my queen actually has plenty of squares. So after queen d3, my queen's a bit awkwardly placed, but it's centralised, there isn't any threats. And I can maybe develop my bishop and castle and have a decent future. But I played, and what else I looked at as well was, so if you go back instead of queen a6, the reason I played it was because if I move my queen somewhere else, say c7, I've done it again. It's way about b5, but I actually overestimated it. It's actually not that good. Say knight e7, that's what about b6 check, queen c6. If it takes my queen and takes my, I take with the knight, and then I'm defending a7, and otherwise his queen's attacked. So actually I overestimated my whites. I should just move my queen. But the problem is I was playing last round for a chess check, so I was seeing a lot of ghosts and I didn't want to lose quickly. This opening was not good, but now queen played this shocking move. Absolutely shocking, this move. Queen takes c4, d takes c4, knight bd2. Again, it's just, what do? What I overlooked was that I thought I could play b5, but then he's got a4, and I can't play a6 because it's pinned. And I should have just played rook c8 in this position, or knight f5 and tried to get counter play, but I played b5 and made it even worse myself. He just played a4. I thought I could get out with this knight g4 move, but he just takes here, and after takes, he took this pawn. In fact, I wasn't even that good. I think b6 is just practically winning on the spot, but bishop takes a7, and now I'm just a pawn down with a dreadful position. And now it looks like it's going to be no chess check for me. A disastrous end to what was otherwise a decent tournament. I actually forgotten this position as well. Like, I'd actually played this if I remembered. I forgot I can castle queenside still. It's completely forgot, but it's actually very bad because he just retreats his bishop to protect his knight, and then there's rook a8 check coming. I decided to just get my bishop into game, and also b6 to answer b6 by bishop b8. Knight e4, bishop b8, bishop c5. I've got to take his rook and give him the a file, and move my king up to d7. And now I had a few little cheapo idea, so we started thinking for a long time in this position. Because of course if he plays rook a8 and then I play knight g4, it's a cheapo that. He'd play this very tempting move. I have knight g4, I think. And I'm threatening bishop takes h2 and knight takes h2. But actually it's not even that strong, because he has moved bishop d6, so we could still play that. Which actually means that the pin has actually backfired on me. Not good, man. We played g3 just to eliminate my potential cheapos with knight bishop takes h2 check. Good move. I played a good move actually. I played f5 to dislodge his knight back to a bad square. And this position, it's actually not that bad, this position. In fact, for the second move in a row, I actually played a really good move. I played g5. And the engine only assesses it as I'm actually just down the pawn actually, rather than down the pawn with an absolutely dreadful position, so it's tenable. If I might play bishop d4 in this position, then I can play rook c8 and still keep my pawn. And it's bad, but it's not resignable. But he played rook d1, and I thought, he's giving his a file up. There's a discovery check threat, there's obviously knight takes c4 as a threat. I'm a bit short of time, and I'm down to less than 5 minutes for the rest of the game. Now, if I move my king back to c8, then his last move is just this stupid cheapo. Because he hasn't got a follow-up, and his extra pawn is doubled at the end of the day. And who knows, maybe it becomes weak later, so maybe I can play h5, h4 and start trying to attack his king with my 3 pieces. It's tenable, this. The only problem is now that you can actually play bishop d4. But actually, he takes my knight. I want to c3 pawn. Yeah. Oops, forgot to f3 at the correct point. I can't remember what I was up to. I should, well, usually when you say you refresh the page, I say you Dutch defense the page, because it's f5. So what would f3 be? Would it be Yugoslav attack the page, or Gedul's opening the page? But yeah, back to the game anyway. I'm sorry if the commentary's been a bit flat for this series, but not much sleep, not much sleep, and the rather depressing end of the tournament is not helping. Yeah, I made my final blunder at the tournament. She's lost the game with one move. I completely forgot about the potential pin. I used to play knight, put my knight into d3, and he just took this pawn that resigned because piece and 2 pawns behind is a bit too much. And he ended up winning £70 as a result. So this game cost me 70 quid. That's almost 69 quid. Yeah, so a very depressing end So otherwise a fairly promising tournament given my recent bad form, and played a couple of excellent games in round 2 and 4. Just the odd numbers were screwing me over a bit, so I either lost or played very badly. So that's the problem in this game, when you don't play in main line. The thing is that, although when you're playing white against the French, the best line probably would be to go into the poison pawn winnower, or to go into a mainline Tarrasch French. But I know these lines really well. I don't mind if people play these best lines against me, so I know I can get results against them and I'll get an interesting game. But this is just, although it's bad and probably gives Black even a better position, it just takes me out of book and it's confusing. It's just really dull as well. With White people just play main lines. I mean, I play a couple of sidelines in my repertoire with White against the French account. I kind of play sidelines, but I play WhiteElo Peasant and C3 Sicilian, so it's not playing completely stupid stuff like this. A very frustrating game anyway. But well done for my opponent to beat me and get a chess check as a result. Second time he's beaten me as well. He deserved to beat me this time as well. Like the first time I swindled me, but this time I was well beaten. And the 26th move lost with French, not something you see every day, because if I do lose with French it's usually a very long game, where I just get outplayed or something after outplaying them in the opening. But again, I hope you enjoyed my series on Manchester Congress. And before I go away in a few days, I'll do a few more British games, but I've not got much time as well, because I've got a last match tomorrow before I go away, and I've also got my club's annual general meeting on Wednesday. I've got a pack as well, so again, but I did hope you enjoyed the series and learned something from it, and I'll be back, because I've not won a prize in my last 6 tournaments now, so I'll be back at my next one trying to win a chess check. But for now, please leave in the comments some thoughts. Thanks very much.